Welcome back to Muscat, Table 1. The action continues here with the mixed doubles final, the first final of this tournament. We have SHIXUNYAO and HUANGYOUZHENG of China, who've come through qualifying to reach this final stage, and they're taking on Maria Zhao and Alvaro Robles, the world-ranked #7 pair and the second seeds here in Muscat for the title this week. This is going to be a really fascinating match. We've got the well-established Spanish pair taking on the qualifiers of China, who've come off the back of a decent result, Jack.
Yeah, hello everybody. Hello Rebecca. They have indeed, haven't they? They've been a new force on the scene, put together very recently, now ranked 27th in the world, made the final in Doha last week. That was the result that really has made everyone sit up and take a bit of note of them now, that they are a pairing which can score results and could well be a pair to challenge this Spanish duo, the European champions, Alvaro Robles and Maria Zhao from last year. Of course, this will be a challenge for them, as well as being a challenge for this newly put together Chinese pairing of Xi and Huang.
Yeah, and you mentioned that result in Doha, so impressive, reaching the final of that Star Contender event. And what was even more impressive is that they came through the qualifying rounds there as well. So they're used to getting deep runs in the tournament, not even from starting in the main draw. They've already got a couple of matches under their belts, which is even more impressive for this new pairing.
Yeah, it's 4 matches, including qualifying, to get to this stage. So the 5th is the final. Best of 5, of course, mixed doubles. So no format change from what they're used to.
Interesting as well to look at their individual form in Muscat. If we look at the Chinese pair, we have SHIXUNYAO, who is into the semi-finals in the women's singles, so she's having a wonderful week here in Muscat. Her teammate Huang lost 3 games to 1 to Tomokazu Harimoto, the #1 seed in the quarterfinal, so a decent run for him as well. So they've done well in their respective singles campaigns too.
Yeah, and that always helps, doesn't it? That keeps you across all fronts, I think, and yes, fatigue's a factor there, potentially, but also confidence and momentum. And certainly with this being the first final, if she makes it through tomorrow, she's got a semi-final coming up later today, this all helps to keep you feeling that little bit taller, chest puffed down a little bit more. Here we go.
They say it becomes a habit as well, don't they, winning?
I think table tennis is a great example of that as a sport. Sometimes you just see these incredible purple patches players go on, and for a couple of weeks, no one can touch them. Things change, of course. So that's why we see and why people venerate Sun Ying-sha and Fan Shendong, because they don't have purple patches, it's purple years, purple seasons. And things are changing for them, of course, with they're not playing this season. Nevertheless, their legends stand out. But for these players, it's about form. About the right now.
Yeah, it really is interesting, isn't it? We've got this exciting new Chinese pairing emerging. Robles and Zhao are very much an established force, the second seeds here, world #7s. They know each other very well.
Yeah, and they're a lefty-lefty combination, so more unorthodox in doubles. Tend to see the righty-lefty combining, as we have with Huang and Xi. But Robles and Zhao, both left-handers. So they've got to make that work for themselves, but they've had plenty of time to do that in their careers, and they've proven that it works for them. Something that they've got to be bearing in mind, the Chinese pair, every time they hit a ball.
5-7.
Oh yeah, really nice from the Spaniards. Can really move around the table well. Amazing wingspan from Robles, and that comes to the fore in a point like that.
9-5.
All the more impressive, given how tall he is. It's not easy for these taller players to move nimbly around the table.
Yeah, it's not, but the taller player has that wingspan advantage, but the mobility can be trickier. And of course, they can get pinned a bit more easily if someone hits the crossover point. Anyway, gain points. It's Robles and XIAO.
11-6.
The fanned backhand from Robles and XIAO to seal it. Wow. Look at that. On the edge.
Yeah, done in style, wasn't it? 4 minutes for that opening game. Robles and XIAO looking very good indeed, and of course the advantage of them, I guess, not being in their respective singles draw beyond the opening round, as they had all week to conserve their energy to build up to this mixed doubles final. And they take the lead.
Serve, right? Second game, XIAO to serve, love all. Love 1. Let love 1.
I mean, if Maria XIAO gets that back to keep the point alive, that would have been something special. She gave it her best shot. And there's a lot of time on the table that Huang and Shi are conceding here to the Spanish pairing. A lot of IP built up over the years that the Spanish pair can just bring out at any point. And this Chinese pairing new to playing together this year. So 16 days into it, there's an awful lot that they have to catch up on against an established pairing. Well, that's the kind of shot that doesn't matter how much experience you have, you're never going to get it back. That was brilliant from Shi.
5-1.
Gloves being pulled off here at the moment. Both sides of the table going for these points. It's great to see when you've got such quality players to be able to do that. And the quality is right up there in this mixed doubles final. You've got Alvaro Robles, 2019 World Championship silver medalist in men's doubles with HUANGYOUZHENG-MARIA. And on the Chinese side as well, the headline result, I suppose, is with HUANGYOUZHENG, because he's the World Junior World Champion in singles from last year in Helsingborg. Under 19 age category for that world title. They're good pairings, but they're individually excellent as well. So he's got a serve similar to Wang Chuqin as Huang.
7-9.
Don't draw comparisons with that man in Chinese ranks without it being very well considered and hard earned. Can we see this over the line?
That's a superb backhand from Robles, who's, I suspect, needed that. He'd hit a couple of backhands awry, hasn't been that consistent on that shot, so I'm sure that would have been a bit of a confidence boost for him. But how about this? Huang and Shi get the chance to level up here. 2 game points now for the Chinese pair who've come through qualifying. Very much looking up for this. Xiao with the forehand, finding the space between the Chinese pair. Saves the first of the 2 game points. This could be where the experience of the second seeds really begins to tell. Under pressure, 2 game points down. This is why they just raise their level, rise to the occasion.
For the Chinese pairing, it's the reset button immediately, put it out of your mind. But it's now 3 in a row, game point reversal. What does Huang have in the locker to pull this back to level terms? Something that's enough.
11 all.
Lovely rally.
11.
Third game point now for the qualifiers.
But it's the European champions who are 4 times in a row now stifling the Chinese.
Please, 12 all.
They're on top after the high toss serve And that really didn't bounce much, does it? You can see the adjustment Huang had to make. So much disguise on that shot from Robles.
Well, Spain survive a scare. They wrap up the second game, 14 points to 12. They are able to take their chances where China weren't able to take theirs. China with those 4 game points will be ruining those missed opportunities, no doubt. It was the experience of Robles and Zhao knowing how to get the game across the line that proved the difference. And they take a 2-game advantage in this mixed doubles final.
And well worth it as well. Really good value for this lead. Playing tactically very well. And at the moment, that individual excellence of Huang and Shi just not quite enough to counteract the collective know-how of the Spanish pairing.
We saw Maria Zhao as well, sitting in the stands throughout Alvaro Robles' opening men's singles match. So they're not only great playing partners, they're great friends, great supporters of one another as well. It was great to see her sitting and supporting her teammate throughout his singles campaign as well.
They obviously won the European Championships last year in Linz, and they dominated the final, the Spanish. But their last contender level, WTT series level win was in Lima in 2023. To add to that tally, 1 game away from adding to that tally. It's going to be a fast and furious beginning to this game from Huang and Shi, for sure. They're going to try and blast out of the blocks. Take this third game away before the Spanish have got going. What a shot from Robles. Well back and stuck on the balls of his feet. Still made that shot. It's only a small comeback from 3-1 down, but it stopped the Chinese fast start. That was handy. Very handy. Slow this down and take a look at just how good it is. Oh, yeah. It's a big arc on the Robles forehands, but that means he can get an awful lot of power behind it. You know, Rebecca, I really like Robles as a player. He's done it for so many years, year in, year out. He keeps turning up. His appearance numbers are really high. 16 events he competed in last year. This is a lovely shot, isn't it? Another example of Xiao that time, bisecting the opponent. But he's the only Spaniard in the top 100, Robles. Age 33 now. Just doesn't stop.
Yeah, he's been such a consistent performer for Spain. And still obviously really enjoys his table tennis as well.
Yeah, well, that's key, isn't it? And that's why he's able to put these numbers in.
6 all.
Obviously loves the journey.
Absolutely. Ranked 13 in singles, so not just a doubles specialist, he's pretty handy in the singles too.
Can they see this through from here? Robles and XIAO. If you give Huang and Shi half a chance, they're going to come storming back into things. You would have thought. They can get this done in this game. It's another serious title that they're adding to their cabinet. It's Huang and Shi with the timeout now.
Yeah, perhaps unsurprising, given that it's the first time that Spain have got themselves ahead in this third game. Just a point in it, but certainly they are looking dangerous as we get towards the closing stages of this third, which, of course, is a must-win for the Chinese qualifiers.
This pairing want to be the pairing which is putting pressure on the likes of Lin Shidong and Kuai Man, and then of course Wang Chuqin and Sun Yingsha as the top Chinese mixed doubles pairing. And if they want to be putting pressure on, then these are the kind of moments that Chinese coaching team and selectors want to be seeing something extra special in. It's only early in their pairing. Let's remember that. But nonetheless, expectation, standards, so high in Chinese table tennis that it's actually a great opportunity for them now to show what they're made of and try and haul themselves back into the contest, taking this game firstly and then going on from there.
Yeah, and all the signs really encouraging as well. Jack reaching a second consecutive final. It's been a great start to 2025 for this Chinese pair, but it's all very well reaching finals. You've got to then convert that into titles.
And XIAO and Robles are close now. Ever closer.
They've been so impressive, Robles and XIAO. They've gone behind in the second and third games. They haven't panicked. They've just worked their way back through the points. And now they have 2 match points.
Well, well, well. First 2 match points saved.
This is really quite the comeback from Shi and Huang, earning themselves a game point. Remember, they had game points in the second. Couldn't convert those. They convert this time, and they have opened this final right up. Robles and XIAO with match points have been denied a straight sets win. Huang and Shi in a really impressive display of mental resilience there to take their chance when they needed to. And we are going to a fourth.
Yeah, trouble knocks now for the Spanish. They have let this Chinese pairing into the conversation. They may not get many words in after this. We'll see. Of course, they have plenty in their locker that they can now bring out, whether they want to choose to confuse their opponents, play a little differently, or just try and do what they're doing, stick to the plan A. I suspect a combination of both. They're gonna drop in a few devices, a few strategic morsels for their Chinese opponents to have to chew through.
Well, if we look back at those 3 games, Spain took the opener 11 points to 5 and looked very much in control of this. The second one was tight, 14-12. And then 12-10 to the Chinese pair for the third. So certainly some interesting results throughout this match. Wouldn't bet against the qualifiers, Huang and Shi, taking this one to a 5th, would you?
Last week in Doha, it was 3-2. Going down in the 5th game to Miwa Harimoto and Sora Matsushima. They've done the hardest bit, which is getting that first game on the board. I get the sense, Rebecca, we're going to see a lot of TTIQ from the Spanish in this 4th game. High toss serve and then put away by XIAO, even though she apologises for it, off the edge. Those kind of points which look easy, but it's only because they played them perfectly, but they look easy. XIAO gets another, so they have the lead into the towel break.
I think this is the first time since the opening game that the Spaniards have actually taken the lead early on in a game. Could this set the tone?
Fan backhand that just doesn't land. Took to the air and it carried too long from Huang. Absolutely amazing from Shi to get this back, and that was the first shot which impressed, and then it's clever, straight into the body of XIAO, who's just hit it, and even with Robles' wingspan, he wasn't going to get there. It's well played by the Spanish, because there was another lovely faded backhand from Huang.
Seven, 5.
Robles did so well with that shot. There's just a moment's hesitation before he decided to play it. Did really well to keep the Spaniards in the rally, but just pushing that one long. And it's funny to think that the biggest gap that we've had in this game has been just 2 points.
But that 2 points at the right time feels like a decent enough gap. 8-6. Oh, another all-out. Shots fired from both sides in the rally. Spanish again, taking it for 3 now, the gap. Another great chance to kick on and get this title.
9-7.
That is disappointing. Maria Zhao slumps the shoulders. She knows she should have done better with that one. Robles again just overplays that shot, and perhaps unsurprisingly the Spaniards have called for the timeout. That 3-point gap has quickly disappeared now, coming up to some really important points.
Well, they spurned 4 points to win the match in the last game, 2 in a row and then 2 later. And now 2 have gone by the wayside in this already. Well, they won't gain points, of course. We're still a point away from that, but nonetheless, with that gap, they can't afford to let this next point go. Otherwise, that déjà vu feeling will descend.
Yeah, it's just been Robles just overhitting some of those shots there. Perhaps you get the sense that he's trying to put some real power behind them to get those points finished off, but he's just misjudged. And those mistakes have really let this Chinese pair hang on in this.
It's a high-stakes timeout. Whatever the conversations they've just had is going to decide this game, and therefore, for the Spanish, whether it's a title.
Yeah, big couple of points coming up now for both teams here.
Ooh. Table tennis, never more a test of how quickly you can move on from disappointment than it is right now for Robles and XIAO. Oh yeah, that's moving on. That's putting it behind you.
Oh, getting a sense of déjà vu here, Jack, because of course we had match points for Robles and XIAO in the last game. They couldn't convert. Can they get it over the line this time?
Yeah, it's a familiar pattern. They've got to change that pattern, XIAO and Robles.
Stand on.
The Maria Zhao forehand flick has proved really effective in this mixed doubles final. It is again, it's the perfect height for her because the setup serve from Robles was so good. Huang was really being manipulated there by the Spanish.
This is just so impressive, isn't it, from this Chinese duo? Not crumbling under the pressure. They've saved multiple match points now.
Yeah, they're manipulating the scoreline to the way they want it.
11.
Chance now to take it to a decider. And they deserve it, certainly.
It's big for their reputation as well. This new pairing. They're both playing aces at the moment. And it's impressive from both teams. Is there one ace left in the pack? Oh, what a point again. This back end of game number 4 has been so good to watch. That backhand from Shi, laced with trickery. Saved again. Time after time, 16 apiece. Can the Spanish sail this ship all the way into harbour?
Just listen to the roar from Robles. Xi and Zhao earn themselves yet another match point. But Huang and Shi have done incredibly well to not let go of this 4th game. They want to go to 5. I'm sure that the neutrals watching want this to go to 5 as well.
Goodness me. They've hardly had a net shot in the match. And one drops then. 18-17 and another match point.
Oh my goodness. Look at the celebrations from the Spanish pair. A hard-fought win over a determined XIAO and HUANGYOUZHENG, who've come through qualifying to reach a 2nd consecutive final. Credit to the Chinese qualifiers. What a fight they put up, but Robles and Xiao eventually managed to get it over the line. What an incredible 4th game that was. That really could have gone either way. Robles and Xiao had chance after chance to wrap it up. Eventually they prevail. They take the title in Muscat, but credit must go to Huang and Shi. They've come all the way from qualifying to reach this final, and what a fight they put up.